All right, everybody, welcome back to the Sideshow. My name is Mingo.
This is Tony.
Dude, the weather can't be crazier in the desert right now. The other day I woke up, I started like a small vacation, some time off, right? And I woke up on Sunday. I didn't have to work. And I opened up my back doors out of my room, and I look outside, and it looked like a scene out of Harry Potter. Like the sky was dark and gray and ominous, and I was like, holy shit.
Was that Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday, I think.
Yesterday? No, the day before yesterday.
Today, yeah, the day before yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like me. All my days are screwed up right now too, because I just wake up and I'm here. But dude, how long have you lived in the desert, Tony? I know we've talked about this before, but
I want to say since, I'd say 1980 maybe? 78?
okay. So let's say 79, just to be even, right? So 79, that's 20, that's 30, that's 40, 41, 42, 44 years.
Okay.
Okay? What happens when it rains on Gene Autry? Just out of curiosity, you obviously know,
It
right?
floods, it stops traffic.
And they put up cones so that you don't try to drive through it.
Yes.
And every year, without fail, people try to drive through that shit.
Yes.
I think it happened the first and the second weekend that it rained really bad. Cars got caught in the water. So I was watching the news yesterday, and clearly, it wasn't like sometimes you come up on it and it's like half a house length of water, and you're like, fuck it, I can make it. And then you try it. Okay, I get that, right? But like this was like all of fucking Gina. Like you got off the fucking freeway and you're like, fuck, I can't see. Like you can't see nothing but water. And the destruction that the flood has left. And some dude in a 4x tried to go through it and got stuck. This is less than 24 hours ago. Had to have an emergency rescue.
No, he didn't.
Like, and you have to
But this happened last week. Because I remember last week on Good Morning America.
Oh, really?
It actually said in Palm Springs, they actually showed somebody getting saved on Good Morning America.
But it never fails.
That is true.
Every year, every week, because it happened the first, the second, and now the third week that we getting pummeled by water.
I think a friend of my brother's tried to cross it, and he actually went, but there was like an officer there, like past the cones.
Okay.
So like he passed the cones, and when he got, let's say, I don't know, 100 feet or so past him, he saw the cop. Cop was like shaking his head like, no, turn around.
Jeez. It's amazing that it happens all the time, and people will still try it. And I get it though. I think I would probably be the same way to some degree, but I've seen all this shit on the internet now, where in other countries where there's a road and it's been raining, and all of a sudden all the shit under the road is eroded and it just drops out of nowhere. I get it. Don't go when it's fucking flooding. You know what I mean? Like you're gonna get washed the fuck away. And then there's people surfing in the streets in Oakland. They were showing a city up outside of San Francisco. It's called Moss Landing. Our friend Raul lives there.
Okay.
And the water there is like, everything's flooded. Terrible. Up to 99 into Sacramento. Terrible.
What I don't understand is why traffic is so backed up here when they close Gene Autry and Indian.
Because I think a lot of people have to travel back down to Date Palm to get onto the freeway.
But I can't believe that so many people take the freeway.
Why?
Like out here to get to somewhere else. Palm Springs, in my opinion, is not that big. But the entering Palm Springs in the morning and then coming back in the afternoon is backed up for miles. And I don't get it.
Yeah, you're right. Like I could see people leaving to go, that are commuting to work. They're going into San Bernardino, that are going up to Morongo, that are going up to, what is that, Cherry Valley?
But from Palm Springs?
Yeah.
I can't. It's incredible. I don't get it.
Well, my sister used to work at the casino there in Highland. What is it? It's Yamava now. She used to drive from here.
But, I mean, again, I can understand if it was a Coachella Valley-wide issue. But it seems that it's just people going in and out of Palm Springs is why it's just crazy how backed up it gets. Okay, because if you lived in Indio and you had to get to San Bernardino, that has nothing to do with Palm Springs.
Right.
Rancho Mirage, even Cat City. But Palm Springs, once those Gene Autry and Indian and Palm Canyon, I guess, get closed, not Palm Canyon. Palm Canyon doesn't close when it goes all the way Highway 111 past Whitewater.
Right.
That stays open. It's just Indian and Gene Autry.
And everybody's trying to get out of there, trying to get to the freeway?
They gotta come back to Vicentino to Dade Palm to get on the freeway.
And they're all going north, they're all going towards...
That I don't know. I just know they're all going.
Because there's quite a bit of traffic when I go to work, even at like say 10, 8 o'clock is probably a little bit thicker traffic, but even at 10, it's still pretty thick on the freeway.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, with my hours, I don't see any of that.
Yeah.
But it took me a long time to get here. I couldn't believe it. I got on Vicentino. I could barely get on Vicentino from my house.
Wow.
I got a Vicentino and Maravilla, and it took probably 10, 15 minutes.
So you jump on the freeway, you don't...
Correct.
Oh, I see. Ever since I was a kid here, driving Ramon Road.
But Ramon Road, coming home from work, Ramon Road was backed up. Coming over the bridge in the Cathedral City, backed up. Dinosaur, backed up.
Really?
Dude, it's nuts.
I thought Dinosaur would have opened it up and there would be...
It's crazy.
But that's how... But then again, you got to... Coachella. I'm there, 5-6 days a week, so I don't... Going out that way, especially during the day or during working hours.
This is what I'm saying. Why is Palm Springs so heavy with traffic? It's not that big of a city.
I think it's a lot bigger than you think. You got to remember, there's a lot more houses out there than when we were in high school. You know how much further Palm Canyon goes out? How much further out the houses go on Caballero?
Oh, don't get me wrong. I work in Palm Springs. I just don't. I don't get it. I mean, dude, it's crazy coming in and out when that road closes.
Well, and then you got to remember that everybody here is probably very systematic, and because it only happens like once a year, they forget about how bad it is, and they oh no, it won't be that bad. I'll just be able to get you on, and it's not, and then they got to detour and all of the bullshit.
And now the bridge from Palm Springs into Cathedral City, if that was there by the bowling alley,
yeah,
if that wasn't, because that's what, a decade old, maybe longer, a little longer.
Oh, it's longer than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
But before that, when it was a wash,
remember when Cathedral Canyon?
Yeah.
Couldn't go. Oh shit! Got to double back.
Yep.
Over to Dade Palm.
And you see, but there's another prime example. When that happened, it's not like traffic was backed up for a half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah, but But you're talking. How long has that been, though, dude?
That bridge ain't been there that long.
Well, not that one, but how long has? You're talking about, like, what? In '89, that bridge still wasn't built. That bridge wasn't built until the mid-'90s.
Which bridge are you talking about? The Palm Springs to Kansas City?
The Cathedral Canyon one, yeah.
Cathedral Canyon, no, that bridge was just finished a year ago.
No way.
Yeah.
Bullshit, dude. I've been back 6 years. It's been here the whole time.
No, it has not.
They've just widened it.
No, because it went down. The reason why they built the bridge is because it floods. You're tripping.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my city, kid.
Yeah, whatever.
I am Cat City.
You got cats tattooed on your back or what? That's hilarious. I remember when I was a kid, going to Rancho Mirage Elementary School. We'd have to cross over the bridge, and we'd all look down, and you could just look like fucking roaring rapids ripping through underneath the bridge, and taking all the golf courses and shit. Fuck. So that means all that golf course from there in Cat City, where the bridge is that you're talking about that they built, that goes over to where the drive-in used to be, right there by the bowling alley. All that golf course is all gone right now, right? It's got to be.
No, because about 2 years ago they redid it to where they made a big wash in the middle of the golf course to handle all that rain, and it did well. It held up.
Really? Yeah. So they got a big concrete wash to take it off?
It's not concrete. It's dirt. It's like a desert scene, if you will.
Right.
That they got to golf over and through.
Okay.
And that handles it.
Wow.
Because I think it was 3 years ago when we had a really bad rainstorm, maybe 4. That golf course was just gone.
Wow.
So when they rebuilt it, they kept that in mind.
What's the name of that golf course?
Cimarron.
That's Cimarron? Okay. Jesus. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing that... And here's the other amazing part, is that every year, every 2 years, every other year, California's in a fucking drought. California's in a drought. All this water that's been dumping down in Sacramento, all the water that's been dumping down in Santa Cruz and all that area right there, it's all being diverted back to the ocean. So all this water that's been dropping here in California, that had they planned, had they done something, they could have diverted the water into a place to where we could have fucking water. But instead, it all diverted back to the ocean. How does that make sense?
So what are you thinking? Big silos that can hold water?
That, or making some sort of aqueduct system that'll carry the water back to the reservoirs. Like, you know how they have these kind of like what they did at Cimarron, right? They made this little cutout, the water, and the water's going to travel down in that ravine. So they do the same thing in other places and make it go. And if there's shit, okay, so go underground and put fucking big concrete tubes that'll take it to the reservoirs.
That is true. It's like the 10 over there by Sirocco Summit?
Yeah.
Like, was it last year, the year before?
Right.
The rain just tore up the road?
Right. Because again, they had that ravine where the water went. They never anticipated getting that much water, so once it started deteriorating everything and washed out everything that was under, it just bloop. Now what? So then they had to go back in with those big, concrete tubes under it, kind of like what I'm talking about, to be able to keep it from eroding the ground, and it'll just flow through without any issues.
Yeah.
But you would think, because they've said that most of them, and they're all up north, it seems like, have gone from, what was it? There was one that was like, it's supposed to hold almost at its lowest point right now, it's at 1.2 million foot acres of water. And just in the last 3 weeks, with all the rain that's dumped, it raised 700,000 foot acres of water. That's almost a million foot acres of water that it raised in a week, or in the 3 weeks. But it's still less than 50% of what it can handle. So, just like in Oroville, which is up Northern California, just south of the Oregon border, right? So last year, I think it was last year, or the year before. They're always, the levee's going to break. They had to move people out of there because they were going to flood. Like the dam was going to break. They didn't have any kind of backup plan for it or anything. Why isn't there some sort of plan in action to divert water and to divert it to another place that houses our drinking water, that houses water for us to use? You know what I mean? And in California, the shit part is, California, you can't have water catchment. So, like, even if you wanted to, like, let's say you put a spout on the top of your roof to drop into a tank, you can't do that in California. They won't let you. Which makes no sense. Even if you caught that water just to water your grass or to use it as bathroom water, which could save you a lot of money in the long run, or a lot of water in the long run, why wouldn't you allow us to do that?
Well, I mean, out here, I don't think, would it even last? Let's say you were able to catch, what is it, a water tower?
Right.
Like they have in big cities. Would it even last the summer?
Probably not. It would probably dry out. You'd have to put it on the shade side of your house. But even then, that's, with it being as hot as it is here, it's going to dry out anyways.
And I know this is going to be a dumb question.
Okay.
Because I never really thought about it. All this flooding on the wash that we were just talking about, where's all that water come from? Because that's a shit ton of water. And there ain't nothing but desert north of that, where the water's coming from.
So what happens is, like, the water comes down so fast, and the earth is dry.
Yes.
So you're thinking the earth should just suck it up, right? Is that your thought, basically?
No, not necessarily. It's just, again, I don't see it coming down the mountain to be able to get to Cat City Wash. I'm just talking about the actual location of the Cat City Wash.
Okay.
Where's all that water coming from? Because if you start heading north, which is where the water's coming from, it's nothing but desert and then the freeway.
Well, but it's coming off of the mountains in Palm Springs. So what they used to call the Palm Springs River, which is right next to Palm Canyon. Because it comes down that, where that wash is in Palm Canyon, off of Palm Canyon when you're driving, taking Palm Canyon out to the freeway?
No. The wash and Palm
So you're coming down, and then it's kind of like a little S curve around that mountain right there. And when you take that little S curve, you're going over a wash, a bridge.
You mean past Whitewater?
No, you're not even to Whitewater yet. You're on Palm Canyon going out towards the freeway, okay? And you get past the guys that rent the three-wheelers and all that shit. You know what I'm talking about? And you come around that little corner.
Windy Point.
Yes, just around that little point right there. And you make that little S curve, right?
Yeah.
And you go over a wash.
Yeah.
So all the water's running down the mountain from there.
Okay.
Okay? You got to remember, the water's hitting the ground, and the ground is saturated right off the bat. It can't consume it fast enough. So it begins to puddle, and it puddles on top of each other. And then it starts moving.
All the way to Cat City?
All the way to Cat City. Because it's not just in Palm Springs, because it was raining in Palm Springs, it was raining in the mountain in Palm Springs, it was raining in Cat City, and it was all dumping. It wasn't like it wasn't our normal sprinkle. It was fucking raining. So all that water, I mean, we just talked about in 3 weeks there was 700,000 foot acres of water in Northern California. I'm sure it wasn't that much here.
Right.
But you have to assume that by the raging waters that we do see here, that there was quite a bit of water coming down. And because the dirt can't consume it fast enough, it creates it's like hitting a plate and just running right off of that.
It's crazy. Did you get your bill for that?
Yeah.
Water's cheap, kid. It couldn't have been that much.
No, you know what? The water wasn't bad. It was the gas bill for heating the water because it was the hot water that was left over. That was the motherfucker.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It was the hot water, but you got a hot water heater,
Right.
tank.
Yeah.
So
it emptied,
right.
and then now while water's going in, the flames like, oh,
Yeah, I was gonna say, doesn't that like ruin the tank or something? 'Cause if you empty it,
man, that's not, why you throwing salt on me all the time? Next time I'll call you, hey, dude, my water heater went out, Tony. Well, I don't know. It could be good for it because it flushed it all out. I'm sure there was nothing left in that fucking tank.
have you ever cleaned out your tank?
No. You?
When I had a tank, I think I did it once or twice because it gets calcified at the bottom.
You don't have a hot water
I
tank?
got a tankless,
Oh.
one of those joints.
Ooh, I forgot. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. How have you ever had any issues with your solar?
Not yet.
None. And so, like these days that it's cloudy,
Okay.
are you using Edison or do you have like battery banks or how does that work? You don't know, do you?
I don't know exactly how it works, to be honest with you. All I know is I get the chart at the end of the month that shows how much I used versus sold back to Edison type deal.
Okay.
And then when I get my Edison bill, that's the chart I really look at. Where this time of year, I'm in the black, I guess you could say. Like there's like, let's say there's a line, and your Edison bill is a chart, and it's always going up.
Okay.
Each month the bar is higher.
Because you're using more
Yeah,
energy.
like in June, you got your bars really high, but yet in December, the bar is really low.
Right.
Well, in December, my bar is actually going down instead of going up. And in June, my bar is not as high as it used to be. It's only like where my December bills used to be.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Kind of.
And so they figured out at the end of the year if they owe me or if I owe them.
Really?
Yeah.
And so Edison will cut you a check, or they just give you credits on your bill?
Yeah, they say I'll have a credit.
So then it evens out. You end up not paying anything at the end of the year.
I haven't used up because I used to be on that level pay plan.
Right.
So I had like a $600 credit, let's say, with them.
Okay.
So I haven't even used that yet. I'm up to like I have a credit of like $200 still.
Wow. So did they pay you interest on the money that you paid
Hell
over?
no.
Man, that's bullshit.
But I tell you what, it feels good not to get a bill.
I bet.
For over a year, I have not gotten a bill from them.
I'm really considering it. I'd like to, but then, my kids, I'm going to move out. Oh, fuck, if they move out, dude.
Well, here's the thing. It's one of those, what do they call it, leasing them, maybe? Where you pay them a certain amount every month.
Right.
And you don't get any electricity bill from Edison. So it's, in a sense, you're still paying every month.
Right.
But your bill never goes up. See, Edison just raised their rates again.
Oh, yeah.
So had you gotten solar before this price hike, your rate to whomever you're buying it from would have stayed the same.
Well, the good thing, I'm on IID.
Oh, you don't even need solar.
You're
tripping.
Dude, my
don't even tell me.
My shit like $600 a month in the summer.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, because there's somebody always home, so the AC always got to be on, and then I have to run the AC in this room.
No, that's your AC, kid. You need a new AC. That's what that is. Because your IID, kid, your bill in the summer.
All right, I'm tell you what.
$200.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Let's make a deal. I'll put a new AC unit in, and if my bill don't go down, you pay it.
Well, damn, at least
About halfers, at least.
At least change the filter.
I change the filter.
You don't change the filter.
Once
you
every
damn
month.
lie.
Once a month.
You do?
Yeah.
Once a month?
And I just bought a pressure washer so that I can continue cleaning out the fan thing because the dust out here is so bad.
Dog, I replace my filters every 6 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Every month and a half, dude.
Damn, it's your AC. That's what it is. Let me ask you this. Speaking of like these things that we have to do.
Yeah.
Have you done anything this year? Have you done anything for the first of the year?
Like what? What do you mean?
Any annual thing you should maintenance that you should do to the house?
I did the maintenance on the AC before we went into having to use a heater and all that shit.
Okay. For all the listeners and yourself, the first of the year is a great time to replace the batteries in your fire alarms and your smoke detectors.
Why they're not beeping?
So they don't beep in the middle of the night. I just did mine.
But Tony, that's why they beep, so you know it's time to change them.
Dude,
You just throwing money away on good batteries.
Dog.
And you probably put in new ones, huh?
brand spanking. Oh, you want to know the worst part?
I got my old ones in the fridge.
The worst part. In my bedroom and my hallway, my entryway, they each have... all my bedrooms have smoke detectors, and 2 hallways do. The hallway, though, at the front door, which is where there's one nearby, and my bedroom. My bedroom and this hallway has cathedral ceilings. So they're really high up.
And they're really loud.
And let me tell you, I'm scared of heights. So for me to get on the ladder and go up there, it's scary for me. I ain't gonna lie.
Right.
So the one in my bedroom, the very last one I'm doing, I've done them all. I'm on the last one. I get up there, and this will make sense when I finish at the end of the story. I have to unscrew the actual alarm, and it's connected with like an automotive clip for power.
Okay.
Because it's battery and AC.
Right.
And that clip is tight. It's not like you could pull it down and, pull it down a foot, 18 inches to get to the clip. It's like 3 inches. So you're like putting your hand behind it, barely can see what you're doing to unhook it. So I did that. Because the battery compartment's on the back.
Okay.
Open up the compartment, remove the battery. I slipped a new battery in. Dude, and it chirped. Like a low battery signal.
Yeah.
Scared the shit out of me. It slipped out of my hands. I'm not gonna say I dropped it. It slipped out of my hand because that chirp also has a little vibration to it.
So
Scared,
you got shocked.
Dude. And I describe it as Eddie Murphy's grandmother in Delirious, falling down the stairs, kid.
Oh.
That alarm, I could almost swear, hit every single step on that ladder going down. And halfway through, you heard it hit perfectly, and you heard it, break. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And I looked down, and sure enough, dude, there's plastic chips everywhere. I was so pissed off. So, go to the store to buy a new one, so I can replace it. And guess what they have now? Batteries that change on the front of it.
Oh, nice.
So you push it and it's like a spring loaded and the battery pops out. And you just slip a new battery in there and it closes it back up like the old school attic entrance.
Right.
Like that. I was like, what?
Why now?
Yeah, exactly, dude. It's like whoever came up with this concept is the smartest person in the world.
So did you end up buying 2 that way you could change the other one, or did you just change the one that broke?
Oh, just the one that broke. Because all the other ones were changed. I'm not going to go back up on that ladder to have to get to them. But the worst part is the part that attaches to the ceiling that you screw it onto
is different. That sucks.
So now
different size, and now you got to fucking go back on and paint a little bit. But here's what doesn't make sense to me, Tony. You're fucking afraid of heights, but yet every fucking year you get back up and put up the Christmas lights. Why don't you just leave them up like every other Latino? That's your little getaway, huh? You go up there and you take a little cooler up there with beer and just sit up there and chill half the time.
And you know what the funny thing is once I'm up there, if I'm not too close to the edges, I'm fine. I'm good. I walk around the roof, no problem. It's actually just climbing up the ladder and then getting on the roof. That's where I die. A little piece of me dies every year, I'm telling you.
I don't have a problem climbing up and getting on. It's when I gotta Ooh, I got to turn backwards and then use my little foot to try to find the, you know what I mean? Because I was always short, so I'm like, oh, fuck, dude. Like, okay, all right, there. Okay, we're good. All right. Fuck that, dude.
So let's rewind. Everyone, please change your batteries in your for your smoke detectors.
Yes.
It's a
probably
new
a good
year.
time to do.
You don't want to be woken up in the middle of the night with a little chirp.
That chirp wake you up?
Dog, oh, that kills me. That chirp kills me. You don't even understand.
So why did it take you so long to say something when the first time you came over, that shit was going off like that? Because we weren't back in friendship yet? Like, fuck, I want to tell him, but fuck, man. That's hilarious. Fucking Tony. Yeah, I don't blame you about the fucking, I hate heights. Well, that picture, so Tony's son, he's in Chicago, right?
Yes.
So there's places, I guess, that you can go in Chicago, like high-rise buildings, right? And there's certain ones, he must be on some sort of...
It's actually, there's an actual name for it. Let me try and look at, it's called a sky deck.
So a sky deck is, and it's all like a glass patio, basically, right? Or like a, is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's a glass watchtower, if you will, or
The floor is glass, and they have like the bars that go around it. All that shit's glass, and his son's sitting there in the corner of this glass tower, looking out, and I'm thinking, I would be doing the same thing, but I'd be balled up crying. There is no fucking way. Like, I might be able to muster up stepping out.
I couldn't do that.
But I don't think I could. I don't think I could move. I think I'd pee myself, Tony.
The picture, literally to me, looks like Spider-Man hanging out on a building.
Yeah, that's fucking. It's ridiculous.
In Las Vegas, at I think it's the Palms Hotel, they have on the top floor. I think it's in one of the clubs or it's a bar. They actually have, if you go outside, there's a square. It's a pretty good sized square of glass, to where you can see straight down, like into the. What I don't know, because I can't look that far down.
Yeah,
I can't
no
do
way.
it. Yeah, I walk around it.
Yeah, I'd get dizzy, and
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Sir, you're too large to step out on that." Don't worry, bitch. I wasn't going to anyway. Shit. Anybody want to go out there? You want to see people move out of there fast and watch me go out there? People be like, "Oh shit, get off, get off, get off." Yeah, I don't understand this generation's obsession with extreme shit and thrill shit like that. Like,
back to Vegas. I think it's the Stratosphere, one of the older ones.
yeah, it looks like those old toys, like the tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they got like some sort of a slide or something that goes along the side of the building. Like a little, I'm like, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No, fuck that. Well, even the other one that's downtown, what is it? It's not Circus. It's next to it, right? That has the Ferris wheel.
Ferris wheel. Oh, I haven't. I know what you're talking about, because my old lady went on it. Either last time or the last time before she went.
Well,
yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Well, they have another one that's actually like the ginormous Ferris wheel, like in England. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the first time we went, Sebastian got on it. I was like, yeah, no, I'm good, dude. I don't fucking like heights. I'm not going on it. We're gonna get stuck at the very fucking top, and I'm gonna have to come down on a fucking. Nope, I'm good.
I was dating a girl in high school, and we went to the date festival, and she got me to go on the Ferris wheel, bro. I was like, dog, no, and then it stops. Because they gotta let other people on and off.
And you're sitting there just kind of swinging, rocking back and forth.
Ah, you forget it. Crazy.
You know what's funny is my brother doesn't like roller coasters and shit like that either.
Yeah.
He did the same thing. His wife, they went to Santa Cruz. Oh, let's get on the Ferris wheel. All right. And I guess she didn't know till a couple of years later that he doesn't fucking like heights. I was like, well, that's how much he wanted to get with you.
And like the day festival is the worst place to get on one. Where the carnies and stuff put it together.
But wait a minute. I've always wondered that. Let's take that back for just a second, because the day festival is coming soon, right? So, is it really the worst place? Because they take it apart and they got to put it back together, so it's freshly put back together. Everything's just been checked. I'm not saying that.
Okay. If you want to back it up, let's back that up.
Okay, go ahead.
Everything's been checked. Oh, you're just gonna go with that? You think the county Riverside inspectors watching them put this together and checking it off as they go along?
Do they have inspectors that have to come and look at it?
Oh, see what I'm saying? This is what I'm saying.
Or do they just fucking trust old one-leg Willie?
And don't get me wrong, it might be a great job and it might be quite the experience to do this.
Come on.
But for the most part, there's a reason why they're probably doing that work.
And what's that, Tony?
I don't know. I don't know what it would be, but...
You never wanted to be a carny? You never wanted to call people over? Come on, let's try 5 for 2, 2 for 5, 15 for 24, woo, woo.
And then you see the movies with the traveling circuses.
Yeah.
And, they got to put everything up real fast and break it down real fast when it's time to go. Yo, come on. I mean, Disneyland, okay. If I were to do something, those places I would trust.
Why? Do you think they send somebody in and before every shift, before they open the gates and check everything?
No, but I think they're, in a sense, built to last, and they want people to come generation after generation, year after year. Where you go to a day festival, they'll just get somebody else with another Ferris wheel.
No, I think those are built to last, because they got to be taken apart and put back together every what do they say, like 2 weeks?
Yeah.
So it's built, it stays up for 2 weeks.
All right. Well, let me ask you this. Okay, let's say, how long in between locations?
They gotta have schools for them, right?
No. When after the 2 weeks they're here, let's say they go somewhere else. Let's pick a city.
Okay.
Bakersfield.
Okay.
How long till they get to Bakersfield and have to set back up?
2 days?
Okay, 2 days. They got 2 days to set up in Bakersfield. From today, they're going to shut down the day festival. We got 2 days to make it to Bakersfield and set up, because that's money.
Right.
Oh, shoot. We don't have the washer right here. It'll be okay this time. Because, they're not going to stop and run to Home Depot to do it.
You don't think they have extras? Like, these people, these are professionals. Like, it's not like the first time they've lost a washer.
Yeah, you're probably right on that. Okay, I'll give you that.
You know what I mean? They got to have...
But I also believe that, hey... It'll be all right this one time.
Hey, Leon, we need another. I don't have no more. All right.
Let's make a note of it. We're gonna need a replacement. We're gonna need a few more washers for the next trip.
Right.
But this time we'll let it slide.
It could be.
Exactly.
Or they make something. Maybe they have their own guy on site with like a truck that just does machine work. And if need be, he can make you a washer. Or a cotter pin or whatever you need.
If you want to tell you something,
well, look. The fairs have been around for a long time, and you hear a lot less of things going wrong at the fair than you do at national parks.
I don't know. I don't necessarily think so, because a national park is national news, whereas a county fair, that's local news.
Yeah, but if somebody went flying out of the fucking tilt-a-whirl, that's going to make national headlines. It's not like some girl in Texarkana went flying out of the fucking tilt-a-whirl and the world's not going to know about it.
Did I ever tell you when my grandmother on my father's side passed away? And we went to go to her funeral.
No, I don't remember any of
this was quite a few years ago. My grandmother passed away in Puerto Rico, and the service got to be quick because they don't have like refrigeration, stuff like that. So my brother, my mother, and I, we had to get there.
Quick trip.
So At this point, I've never been, I don't think. No, I've been there before. But anyways, we land in the main airport, but we had to get to the other side of the island. We arrived on the actual day of the funeral.
Oh, wow.
Because it was like within 2 days, 3 days.
Wow.
So we had, what we decided to do instead of rent a car and drive to the other side is we actually flew to the other side on one of them little joints, little airplanes with the single propeller in the front.
Yeah.
Dog.
That had to be scary.
It would. We didn't really think about it when we were booking it. Oh yeah, we'll just take another plane to the other side. Small, boom.
We just got to get there.
Yeah. Walking out and seeing that thing, first of all, was like, oh, what do we do? The door is tiny to get in. It's one of those doors, it flips down and then the stairs fold over. And let me tell you, it's tiny. There was 4 of us in that plane, and I think that's all that could fit. I think maybe there was one. No, I think it was only the 4. The pilot in the front, my mom and my brother, and then me. Like a diamond shape, if you will.
Wow.
Taking off was scary. You could feel it like go up and down, against the wind. At one point, like I said, it's so small, it's like you're driving in a compact car. And so my brother, he looks at me, he gives me the eye. He's like, when we're going home, we're not taking this back. We're going to rent a car. I was like, yeah, you're right. We got the same level. But here's the funny thing is, this is what killed me. The pilot decides he's just gonna take off his shoes. I don't think
relaxing.
he let us. And we were like, oh my God. That's when I started thinking about it. They ain't got rules like America where, safety standards. It's like, oh my God.
If you can get it in the air, it's good to go. Holy shit. Well, what's funny is, so there's this show, Resurrection Metal or something like that. It's about how, maybe that one's in Cuba, Puerto Rico, kind of the same thing, right? Yeah, no, maybe? I don't know. So there's I think this one's in Cuba, though. So in Cuba, they redo these cars, right? Like the older cars.
Cuba. Yeah.
And they do, they don't have any fresh parts. They don't have anybody making parts for them.
Right.
And because of the embargo, they can't order parts. So they have to have somebody figure out the schematics of the old one and make them the parts. So I wonder if that's kind of the same thing like in Puerto Rico, but they're not, right? Because it's U.S. territory, right?
No.
So they can order parts. They just said, fuck it, we don't need it yet.
Again, it's one of those things that, it was legit. It was a legit plane. But it's just not a plane that we've ever been on. And, it's loud. It's like, oh, my God, what are we doing?
I don't think I've ever been on that small of a plane.
Dude, it was tiny, kid.
I've been in a 2-seater. I went with, I was friends with the manager of the Outback there in Bakersfield, and he owned his own plane, and he would fly. And I was there drinking one time, and he said, hey, man, you want to go flying with me tomorrow? Fuck yeah, bro, let's go. Because I was drunk. So I go, and all right, man, here, help me pull it out. Help you pull it out? So you had to move the blocks from underneath the little wheels, and you're rolling it out, and it's a little windy, and you already feel the wind against the plane. And in my head, I'm thinking, how is it, if it's already kind of blowing this plane around, how is he going to you're already here, it's too fucking late, you can't back out, don't be a bitch, let's go. So we pull it out of the little hangar or whatever, and it's not even at the new Bakersfield Airport, it's like at the old one, it's just one hangar, one airstrip, and half a tower. Like, when you think tower, that shit's like a tower, right? This shit was like second floor. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, fuck. So he says, all right, go ahead and get in and strap yourself in. And I wasn't as big then, so it was a little easier to get myself in and get all strapped in and stuff. And he asked me, so how much do you weigh? And I told him, he said, well, we're pushing it, but okay. I was like, wait, what do you mean? So, well, I'm only supposed to have this amount of weight, but you're all right, we'll be good. The wind's not that bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, so how long have you had your pilot license? He said, oh, I don't have it yet. Oh, fuck. All right. But, dude, that was probably one of the funnest things I had ever done. I think if I could learn how to do it and flew myself, I wouldn't have that big of a problem with it. But being in that little plane with somebody else in charge, and like all of a sudden he's fucking pulling G's, like he pulled the thing and turned, and you're just like, instead of going forward, you just took a left straight turn, like it just, holy shit, bro, like you're glued into that seat, you're like, yeah, it's kind of fun, but third world country, fucking, and I don't even know if it's that, but
I was gonna say, man, we ain't third world. Come on.
2.5? No.
But like you said, yeah, I remember now they asked us, the weight, how much we weighed, how much did our luggage weigh, because all that was gonna play a part.
Yeah.
Like, man, what were we thinking?
Yeah, because it's only got a certain amount of power, and it's got to go against any kind of wind turbulence and all that bullshit. Tells him where he's got to fly in the sky. Like, that's crazy. Like, there's a lot to it. It's not like, it's okay, turn it on. Okay, we're here. You know what I mean? You got to know a lot, dude. Like, it's not that easy, I think. But holy shit, dude. Could you fly yourself, you think?
No. Well, I don't know. Could I? I have no idea.
Were you looking out the window?
Yes. I mean, once you're up there, there's nothing to see but blue.
Right.
But I think I made the mistake of looking out while we were taking off. Mm-hmm. And that shouldn't have done that.
What about when you, like, travel other places, like from here, and you're in, like, a commercial airplane? Do you like the aisle seat or the window seat?
Window only because you could lean against it and go to sleep and do whatever. And if I could, for the most part, I could hold it. I don't have to use the restroom.
Right.
So if you're in the aisle seat and somebody on the inside of you has to go to the bathroom,
just irritates you.
Yeah, you got to get up.
Yeah. Huh.
That's a pain in the ass.
Yeah. So your height problem is, it's not always, it's just like, it's kind of like me, like depending on the situation, I guess.
What do you mean?
Or is it just when you're up there looking down?
Like on a plane?
Yeah.
That's no problem.
That doesn't bother you?
No.
But if you're on top of something looking down,
I think if there's the possibility of me being able to fall out or fall off, that's when it becomes an issue. The top of a ladder.
Would you ever skydive?
Hell no.
God damn.
Oh, hell no.
Bungee jump?
Come on.
What about these fucking people that go out in the middle of the fucking mountains and they run off, and it's not even a bungee cord, it's just a fucking rope. And they reach the bottom and then they swing like
I've
a pendulum.
Seen that. Yeah.
Fuck that. Because those guys are just as bad as the fucking carnies. You know what I mean? They don't check the rope all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they don't. What if it's already starting to fray? No, we got a couple more uses out of that one.
You know, Mandy went skydiving, and my niece Jackie did skydiving. Actually, holy shit! Now that I think about it, my nephew. I know quite a few people that went skydiving.
Really?
When I think about it. I think my nephew went skydiving, and he might have went skydiving after his accident. He's in a wheelchair, and I think he went skydiving. I gotta find out.
So wait a minute. So I'm not trying to be a dick or insensitive, but you said that he was in an accident in a wheelchair, and after that he went skydiving?
Yes, I think.
Okay, so. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm asking a serious question, and it's from a place of ignorance. I'm going to put it out there like that. When you do you skydive with the chair on or off?
Come on.
I'm being fucking serious. Because so let's say he jumps. Well, the guy that's with him jumps out the plane. with him attached, right?
Yeah.
Well, you gotta be able to put your feet down to catch you to slow down when you
I
land.
would assume that the guy that's tandem with you would do that. Yeah, he went skydiving after his accident.
So did they strap his legs to the other guy's legs? Because you can't just
That's okay. That is a legitimate question. That's a good question. Because his legs would probably
just flail, right?
Yeah.
So you would have to have.
His chair. I mean, come on, kid.
No, but that would.
That's not no.
Yes, that was a real. Because if not, then his legs would just flail, right? So if he gets in his chair, at least when he lands, he lands in his chair and roll right out of the field.
But no, yeah, he did. He went skydiving.
That's fucking
paralyzed.
Bravo him. Fuck that.
Down. Holy shit! I forgot about that.
Well, now I feel like a sissy. I don't. You can call me whatever you want. I'm not going.
Yeah, you can't catch me doing it.
Fuck that.
You will not catch me doing that.
And bungee jumping, like.
What about like at the malls where you actually that tube with the air? Would you do that?
Like the what do they call that? Where you're just kind of like floating in the air,
like you're skydiving.
Yeah, that I might try that.
No, fuck that. I wouldn't do that either.
Really?
Yeah, because you look like an asshole. Your cheeks get all big. You say, nah, I'm good.
So what do we do? Like, if we could find someone that would let us do it before the mall opens, or what? Hey, look, you know what I mean? Oh shit, that's hilarious.
But I mean, again, I know, especially man, you're gonna talk shit. You know how you could like turn your body a certain way, and all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, what was that?
Yeah.
Well, you're in one of them tubes doing that, frailing around, and you can turn your neck or your waist a certain way, and like, oh shit.
Yeah, but there's no resistance because you're.
But your body's still moving in certain ways that you probably not used to.
Yeah, but again, but you're just buoyant in the air. There's no resistance, so you shouldn't get those same kind of feelings.
I shouldn't say I know for a fact, but once you're on that thing, you're stiffening up. You're like,
oh yeah, your fucking asshole's tighter than it's ever been.
Okay, exactly. And then you just move a certain way, and bink, there goes your back. No, I'm good.
Like, I watch those videos of people that even the ones that fucking jump off of those that jump off the bridges over a ravine where there's water in it, right?
Yes.
And some people, when they jump, go down pretty far, but they don't touch the water. And there's some people that jump down that are heavy enough to go down and they touch the water, right? So who's the mathematician out there saying, okay, so how much do you weigh? How tall are you? Okay, so we need to bring the rope up a certain amount so that he doesn't actually go in the water. Like, who's the one measuring how much slack you need to how far down you're fucking gonna go? And see, this goes back to my whole why would you do meth? Because meth is usually done by some dropout in a fucking RV out in the middle of the fucking desert, right? That never passed science class, but you're letting them put together all these fucking different chemicals to get you high. That same guy is the same one that's doing the measurements on the bridge for you to fucking jump off of with a rubber band strapped to your ass. That makes no fucking sense to me.
Well, let me ask you this. What about the what's that called?
The slingshot one?
Well, it's not necessarily a slingshot one, but yeah, you're on a cable and you're going from post to post.
Oh, when you what's that shit called? Zip line?
Zip line. Would you do that?
I would have to lose weight before I trusted a zip line. At my weight, no. No, I wouldn't do it.
I wouldn't do it at my weight.
I'd do it at your weight.
Hell no.
I think I'd do it at your weight.
I think my niece did that. She broke her wrist or something coming in too hard.
Really?
Fast. Yeah. She broke something.
Holy shit. Well, maybe not then.
Yeah, it's not for me. Plus, it's back to that that third world stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, how do you know them cables are good? You in Africa doing this? Going over to the alligator pits? No.
Yeah, and the question is, okay, so, like, let's say, are you doing a patch job, or because you're not putting in a new fucking cable? Because that cable's fucking expensive. You know what I mean?
I know, and it's long.
Yeah, and then so who the fuck is out there stretching that cable, and who's tightening it?
Yep.
And are you guaranteeing me that when I get there, it's not going to go thunk, and I'll be stuck in the middle above the jungle waiting for somebody to shimmy, Cocoa Pop down?
And it is one of those things that, you know, does the part that glides you, you know, the wheels or whatever, the contraption,
right?
Does that ever break in midstream? Yeah, it could,
right.
But it'll probably happen to me. That's, you know.
Right. The laws of fucked upness. Oh my God, dude. Well, what about those ones? Okay, so then they have the ones like at the fair, right? Where they do it, but they have the big, like, air pillows, like for stunt people. So, like, they'll drop you, and if something happens, fuck it, you're going to hit an air pillow anyways.
No,
you wouldn't do that either?
Not for me, no.
Because they have the net, right? That you hit a net, and then they have the air pillow under the net. Is that correct? I've seen it like that before. I'm not saying all of them do that, but that still wouldn't be enough to be like, look, Tony, we got plenty of safety gear in the way just in case. Just in case fucking Kevin, our fucking mathematics savant, got the calculations wrong, you're still not going to hit the ground. You'll be all right.
No, it's not for me.
So what about they have these things that they do at the fair? I think they do them. Sometimes they kind of like do them at the mall, because like at the mall they have the one where you go in and they put the belt around you and they have slingshots on the side.
Oh, like the bungee one, you jumping up and down and then
right.
Yeah.
Well, they have one that's it's kind of like the cart that you sit in is kind of like a half Pac-Man. So instead of just being the Pac-Man like this, it's a little more open like that, like a helmet.
Okay.
You're sitting like in a helmet, right? And then you have the bars that go over you, and it's a two-seater.
Oh, and it slings you?
Yeah. Would you do that one?
Hell no.
But dude, you're in a ball if it comes loose. I mean,
I'm not doing any of that. You lucky I go on Space Mountain.
And it's only because it's fucking dark as fuck, huh? You just feel yourself being pulled, fuck. It's just hydraulics. Have you ever seen those videos where people are on that fucking thing so these guys that are running the fucking contraptions are starting to fuck with people, and they'll tell them right before, oh shit, hey, hold on, their seatbelts aren't on. And the people are like, because they're talking, oh, you gonna be okay? Oh yeah, and they're hyping themselves up, and all of a sudden the dude tells them, oh shit, their seatbelts aren't on. Hold on, and all of a sudden they
that doesn't happen, really?
Yeah, and they fucking launch them, and these people are on the
Yeah, I've seen them where they pass out,
wake up and scream and get passed back out. Girls tucking their titties back in their shirt. Fuck, dude. I'd be pissed off, dude. But I'd probably be too shooken by the time I landed to do anything to you.
You know what? I won't do it anymore. I've done it a couple times, and I wouldn't do it anymore. It was the Viking ship at the fairs, where it just rocks.
Right.
So when I did do it, I want to say I did it twice. I had to sit in the middle, not the ends, because that's where you damn near go upside down.
Right.
Got to be in the middle. And, dude, you see my stomach, I can't take it.
Already getting all whirly just thinking about it?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. And that Viking ship's no joke. Dude, when that thing starts swinging, forget it. I'm done.
I don't think I've ever gotten on it. I think I've seen it, and I was... no, that's enough. I'm good. I think I haven't been back to Magic Mountain since the time we went in high school, and I got on the fucking, is it the Matterhorn? Is that what it is? No, that's not the Matterhorn. What's the big white one?
The Colossus?
Yeah. I got on that because Manny was like, "Oh, let's go get in line. That's where the girls are. That's why we came. And woo, you got to go get in line because all the girls are there. All right, fuck, let's go." And sure enough, we got on that motherfucker. And when I got off, I was like, "Nope, never again, dude." And then from there, we went to is it called Free Fall?
Free fall, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Fuck that, bro. I think I broke my ass on that fucking ride. I squeezed my ass cheek so hard. Because we went up, and then all of a sudden, the bottom just came out.
Yeah.
And he started dropping. I swear to God, I squeezed my ass so hard, I think I chipped a bone. I was like, holy shit. No, I'm ready to let's go. Fuck this. I ain't getting on shit else. Fuck you. I don't care. I don't want to talk to no girls. I don't care. I was like, fuck that, dude. Call me a sissy. Say what you want, dog. Fuck that shit. I can't do it.
There's a picture of before my wife and I had kids. I think it was even before we were married. We were dating. We went to Disneyland with her family, and you know how they take a picture of you coming down the log ride?
Yeah.
There's a picture. I don't know. I think one of my sisters-in-laws still might have it, where it's like me, my old lady, her sister, brother-in-law at the time, and maybe some other people. And everybody's got a big old smile on their face, coming down. And, dog, I'm sitting there like I think I had air in my cheeks. My eyes were just shut.
Praying that you didn't die. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I think that was about the worst rides I've ever gotten on. And Sebastian's like us. He won't get on he used to hate going to the fucking fair. And come on, let's go to the fair. No, I don't want to go. All right, we won't fucking push you to get on that. Whatever you want to get on, you get on. Whatever you don't, you don't. We'll just buy you tickets. We won't buy you a bracelet, whatever. And then Milo, motherfucker want to get on everything. That motherfucker rode a mechanical bull.
Damn.
He like everything, dude. That kid like everything. Dad, can I get on that? Fuck, man. Who gonna get on with you? You get on. Dad ain't get on. I don't do that shit. Well, come on, brother. No. So I'd have to, hey, have you been on that ride yet? No, do you have tickets? Yeah, hey, you want to go on with my son? Yeah, okay. So he was going on with other people's kids. It was a good way to meet women. Say, hey, I'm sorry. My son wants to get on that ride, but he doesn't have anybody to go on. You think your kid would want to get on? Yeah, of course. Oh, all right, cool.
And it's one of those days too. I could put myself there mentally, and I can get that feeling that like if I'm on there, like I'm just like thinking to myself, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done this. Mm-hmm. And when it's about to come, dude, I start getting mad at myself, just like pissy. I'm just, what the fuck am I doing here? Oh.
Just get angry with yourself for getting suckered in?
Yeah, I'm getting angry right now thinking about it. And then, and you also, because you got your legs spread in case somebody's in front of you.
Right.
But they got these, like, little, they're not stirrups. They're, like, where you put your feet.
Right.
And then they got the handlebars that you can hold on to.
Right.
The bars. I shouldn't call them handlebars, but there's bars. So you're, like, in a position to where you're putting your body, you're bracing for it.
Right.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, I'm making me stiff thinking about it right now. Saying that shit like my shoulders stiff, I should say.
I hate them log rides.
I think Colossal probably was like the worst. No, I take that back. I went on one where your feet dangle.
I've been on one of those.
Fuck.
I don't think that was that bad.
Fuck that. Did yours go upside down?
I don't remember. But I think I remember going on one of those in Magic Mountain.
So they have this.
I almost want to say it's the Batman ride at Magic Mountain.
There was one before that, but it was at Great America.
Great America?
Great America. Was it called the Riddler? At Great America?
Maybe. I don't.
Or was that one Batman?
I don't remember.
I don't know. There was one at Great America like that. But anyways, I went. And dude, the hard part is that at some point in my life, I only wore Dickies. And you can't go and get on fucking rides.
That's Batman.
Okay, Magic so it was at Great America.
Batman, Magic Mountain. I think I went on that.
And shit falls out of your pockets.
Yeah, because I remember there's like shoes and shit on the bottom.
I bet you they have somebody that goes in there and they gotta clean up, dude. There gotta be a couple $1,000s in there by the end of the month. You know what I mean? There probably goes right out of that water into a fucking coin sorter. You know what I'm saying? Shit. Magic Mountain making money. Oh my God. But Disneyland doesn't have anything that's super crazy.
No. Like the Matterhorn was the scariest, and the Space Mountain.
Space Mountain. For the longest time, I wouldn't go on Space Mountain.
Really?
Yeah, because nobody would tell me what it was. Because nobody could fucking see. It was just a dark room, and you were just getting jammed all over the place. You know what I mean? And I finally went on it. I went with Sebastian. We had gone one year. And I was trying everything to get him on a ride. I said, all right, well, let's just go on fucking Space Mountain. Yeah. I said, it's dark. You won't be able to see anything. You're just kind of all over the place, and then you're done. All right. So I got him on that. And then I was actually able to get him on, is it Matterhorn that has that fucking abominable snowman at the end?
Yeah.
He was good until we hit the abominable snowman. Holy shit.
You know, I went on, I think it was at Knott's Berry Farm back in the day. Had to be Knott's. Was it Knott's?
Hold on real quick while you figure. The scary part about the abominable snowman was that he let go to hold on to me. Well, I was too afraid to let go of the handles I had to get my arm around him and squeeze him in and still hold the bar because I wasn't gonna fucking let go. You know what I mean? Fuck that. Shit, I know you scared some, but you better hold on your damn self. Go ahead, what were you saying?
I want to say Knott's Berry, something called the Revolution.
Yes.
Wasn't that just, it went straight, it did a loop?
3 loops.
Well, no, it did a loop, and then it goes up.
Oh, yeah.
And then it comes backwards, does the loop backwards, and then goes up past the station.
Right.
And then goes up, and then comes back down.
Oof.
And then, yeah, I did that for a girl, too. And that was junior high.
Oof. Did you hate yourself after that?
That, you know what? In all actuality, that one wasn't that bad.
She was hot then.
I think I was a little braver back then.
Or were you high?
No.
No? No, okay. That's hilarious. And Sebastian. So one thing about Sebastian, dude, if he doesn't want to fucking do it, you ain't getting that motherfucker to do it. He will, nope, and put his feet down, and there's no fucking way you're going to drag him to go do it. Just not going to happen. We used to all the time, dude. There was one when we were up in Hayward, and it was actually one that it was a roller coaster ride that ended in water. So like you come across the last piece of the track and it was water and everybody would get wet. It's cool. You go get on the ride. It's not that long, and then when you come out, you're gonna be refreshed because of all the water. I'm refreshed right here. Look, see, I'm drinking lemonade. I was like, ain't that about a bitch? And the kid had answers. I was like, okay, dude, I get it. You don't want to go. I'm not going to fucking force you to go. It's a fucking losing battle. But yeah, if that kid doesn't want to do it, you ain't getting him to do shit.
And I think it's Magic Mountain also where they have that water ride where it's that big circle.
Oh, yeah, like a big pontoon, right? A big...
Yeah, it's in a circle, though, and then everyone's facing each other.
Wild River? Raging Rivers? No, Raging Rivers is...
It's one of those things that you want to catch the seat that you don't get that wet.
Right. Everybody's trying to figure out which one it is. People up on a bridge getting knocked down by all the water.
And you know what it is, now that I think about it, I think it's not necessarily what seat it is, because they turn it as they're ready to get you to go.
Right.
So I think the people who work there know which seat will get the most wet.
Oh, okay.
Like if they put you at the north spot at 12 o'clock, let's say, that seat's going to get wet. Those are good times.
You got to ask them, hey, so slip them a little 20. So which one's the dry spot, bro?
Or put me in the dry spot.
Yeah.
And give them a 20. They'll still put you in the wet spot.
Exactly. Oh, shit. I miscalculated. Fuck that. You know, we go back to talk about... could you imagine? Because you mentioned the traveling circus. So back in the day... They had all the hairiest woman, the strongest man, all the people that were disfigured back in the 30s, 40s, and that was the only job they could get. They had to travel around and do these freak shows, right? Could you imagine how scary that had to have been back in the 30s and 40s, and being a part of this traveling circus or this traveling freak show, going from city to city, and come up and see the half snake woman and the hairiest woman and the werewolf boy and all that shit? That had to be fucking weird.
Scary,
right?
as in a consumer, or to work there?
I think to work there it would have to be like because like you got to figure you're traveling and you're living in tents, right? And you're out in the middle of a field. It's the only place you're going to house your fucking circus, right? Not like they had places for you to go, and there weren't carnies that were calling you into these tents.
I think it's all relative to the time, though.
You think?
Yeah, because back then there weren't like crazy things going on. So what would they be afraid of? I mean, we know so much now that there's so much stuff in the world that we know about now to be fearful of.
Right.
Back then it was,
nobody knew, nobody cared.
I mean, and for example, Poltergeist. Remember that movie?
Yes.
It was scary when it came out.
Hell yeah.
You watch that now, you're like, what was I scared of?
Yeah.
Because there's just so much more stuff you know about.
Right, because it was an introduction to shit that nobody. Whoa. Fuck, I'm not gonna watch TV that late anymore. And then yeah, dude. Oh, I never. You know what? After I watched that, I would never. Not that I was ever wanted to, I guess, but never fucked with mezcal. The tequila with the worm in it.
From Poltergeist?
Yeah.
I don't.
Remember, her dad was drinking the fucking tequila. Then he drank the worm, and he was standing there. All of a sudden, he starts like gagging, and the worm came back out.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I hate worms. Fuck that. Then they drink.
The only tequila drinking, worm eating scene in the movie I remember was Urban Cowboy.
Fuck, bro. I don't remember that one.
The dude who lived in the back, the nemesis from John Travolta, he took his old lady. Come on, man.
Dude, you heard the title of the movie you're talking about, right?
Urban Cowboy?
Yeah. What?
You ain't never seen Urban Cowboy?
Dude, I probably saw it because my mom wanted to see it.
Dog, come on.
It's not like I was like, Mom, let's fucking...
Urban Cowboy?
Yeah, bro, come on.
It's a classic.
No. Bro. It's an old movie.
Well, I mean...
But that shit ain't no classic.
Oh, my God. You are... That's... Oh, my God. That's how everybody got... That's how the real world got introduced to country. You devil went down to Georgia riding mechanical bulls?
Hee-haw, bro. That's how they got fucking introduced to country.
You need to watch Urban Cowboy.
Tell me you never saw Hee-haw.
The show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Them girls with them big old jugs.
I can remember.
That was the country version of what was his name? God damn it.
His Uncle Bob died in it? Got him a job at the plant? Oh man, you're tripping right now. I'm so disappointed in you.
Who's in it? I know John Travolta's in it, but who else?
Well, Deborah Winger was his old lady. I think that was her name. And then, I think his name's Scott Glenn. He was the nemesis.
The fuck is Scott Glenn?
Dog, Scott Glenn's been in all kinds of movies. I hope that's his name, not you looking him up.
Motherfucker said Urban.
Scott Glenn busted and broke John Travolta's arm and with the mechanical bull. Come on.
He said Urban Cowboy like Dog, it just came out last week.
I'm going to have to watch that again.
Even IMDb don't know what the fuck it is. It took me to something else. Hold on.
I hope that's that guy's name, Scott Glenn.
There it is, John Travolta. 1980, Tony. This was 9 years before we graduated. I was 9 years old when that fucking movie came out.
That's a classic, Scott Glenn. In that movie, he takes tequila to the head, and he eats the worm, and I think he actually has the worm in his teeth, and it's wiggling, and he like bites down on it. I was like, yeah, kid.
Bud is a young man from the country who learns about life.
Bud,
and
that's
love
his name.
in a Houston bar. Wow. Yeah, you were right. Deborah Winger, and her name was Sissy.
Sissy, yep. Sissy, I love you.
Scott Glenn, I thought that was fucking what's his name's brother? David Carradine. You know who David Carradine is, right?
Yeah, that's Kung Fu.
Yeah, I was watching that the other day.
You know what I got to get into? And I think it's on Netflix. I got to start watching Twilight Zone again. Twilight Zone was a great... Dude, I bet that holds up.
Dude, that dude fucking Barry Corbin was in that movie.
I don't know who that is.
This dude has not changed since that fucking movie. That old white man right there. He still looked the same.
What white man? You showing me three
This
white
one
men?
this right here, the old man. The other two are like in their 20s.
What's his name?
Barry Corbin. Barrie. Corbin.
Oh, I don't even...
You don't know him from anything.
I'm going to type his name with Urban Cowboy.
Walburgers been in all kind of movies. Did you ever see the show The Ranch?
No, I know. That's Uncle Bob! In the movie.
Who's Uncle Bob?
I just told you, Uncle Bob got killed after getting John Travolta the job at the plant.
Why did he get killed for getting John Travolta a job?
No, he got killed for working on the plant. Something exploded. He
Oh,
died.
something happened at the plant that he was working on. Okay.
Dude, that was a great movie.
What kind of plant was it? What were they doing?
I think it was a gas plant. A natural gas type deal. Not gasoline.
Urban Cowboy, all right.
Dog.
All right.
Sissy, I love you.
All right, I'll tell you what. I'll make you a deal. I'll watch Urban Cowboy if you watch that new show that came out on HBO. It's based on a video game, and it's called
Hell.
The Last of Us. And it's a zombie game.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's gonna be fucking off the chain, dude.
You don't know that.
I've seen the first episode already. It's gonna be fucking good, dude. That dude.
No, because you got me watching 10 hours, and I'm only asking to watch a hour and a half. Doesn't match up.
What?
It's
I just said watch the first one.
Oh, okay. I might be able to do that. Maybe.
Get your ass hooked.
You know what's a good show? You like vampires?
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not into vampires. Like, oh my god, but
You probably more into werewolves.
there's a show called Let the Right One In.
Let the right one in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, it's pretty good.
Really?
It's about vampires. Like, not like in a fantasy type, like legitimate, like vampires, like amongst us type deal. Dude,
really?
it's really good, actually. It's on Showtime. Dude, it's like 10 episodes.
Let the right one in.
It's actually pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, it starts off as this dude with his daughter, and it turns out she's like 12 years old, and she's a vampire. And he's trying to find what it's about is he's trying to find the host that bit her because he thinks that she can be cured and turned back into a normal girl.
Okay.
So that's what it's based on. But like she can't go out at night. She can only go out at night, excuse me. And like they move into his apartment building and she makes friends with a kid that lives next door in the apartment next door. So she goes to his house, right? They're gonna go play. And she's standing at the door. And like the mom of the kid says, "Oh, what's going on? He's waiting for you," type deal. She goes, "Oh, you should invite me in." And she's like, "Well, come on in." I don't know what she says. She goes, "No, it's my dad taught me it's polite to be welcomed into your house." And so she goes, well, you come in. So she came in. I mean, but that's legit because she couldn't come in without being invited.
Right.
That was a trip, kid.
Yeah.
It's just stuff like that. I mean, it's like legitimate.
Like, let me ask you a question. Because, so, like, you know that's the folklore, right? That a vampire can't come in your house without being invited. Would you catch that if somebody came to your house and knocked on the door and be like, well, what, you're not going to fucking invite me in?
But that's, like, what you're saying is pretty much what's going on. I'll give you another example. I'm on episode 7.
Okay.
So this episode actually shows how the little girl got bit and her actually turning into a vampire. And when I say, again, it's not fantasy. It's like legit. She got bit. They thought an animal bit her. They take her to the hospital. They can't figure out what's wrong with her. And a friend of theirs, for whatever reason, figures out she's a vampire. Because she was starving, and they were trying to feed her food in the hospital, and she couldn't take it. She would, like, throw it up. And so she was in there for, like, a week or two, and she was literally starving, and they couldn't figure out what's going on. They're trying to give her food and trying to give her intravenously. And so the mom and the dad, they were on the bed praying for her, and they had a family friends just standing there. And the little girl was watching the mom, and she's noticed her neck was throbbing, the blood.
Right.
So the little girl all of a sudden got up, and the parents weren't paying attention. They were looking down praying, and all of a sudden the little girl's fangs came out, and she was about to bite her mom in the neck. And the family friend saw it and was like yelling at her, like, stop, and the girl kind of backed up. And the dude knew, and he told the mom, he's like, the mom happens to be a nurse. So he tells the mom, take your husband, get a syringe, and get his blood while he's yelling at the little girl to calm down, because the little girl started freaking out because, again, she's starving.
Right.
And it, like, took over her. And they're like, what are you talking about? He's like, do what I said. Get like, a syringe of blood. And so the wife is doing it to the husband. And he's like, hurry up, because the girl was getting, like, really antsy.
Right.
And she had a syringe of blood, and the little girl ran to it and started drinking it. And all of a sudden, the girl was like, fine. And the dude was like, your daughter's a vampire type deal. So it's like one of those things that how could you catch that? So anyways, the reason I'm saying is, and I know I'm taking a long time to get there, but the best part is they took the girl home. And the girl, the four of them walked in, the friend and then the family. The friend was like pulling off all the crosses in the house because he even said at one point, he's like, this is just what I learned from the movies. I don't know if any of this is true, but we got to get rid of these crosses and stuff.
Right.
So the dad, the mom, and the daughter walk in, and oh, you happy to be home? Da da da. So all of a sudden, the girl, blood starts coming out of her eyes, out of her ears, and she starts convulsing and stuff. And the mom and dad are like, "What's going on? What's the matter?" They're fucking trying to talk to her, and the family friend comes walking in. He's looking at it, and they're like, "What's wrong with her? We don't know what's wrong with her." And the dude just says, Eleanor, you're welcome in this house. And then she snapped out of it. So it's like, how the fuck did Again, he's just like winging it.
Right? That's crazy.
It's actually a pretty good show now that I'm really thinking about it.
Huh. And what's it called again?
Let the Right One In.
Let the Right One In. All right. I'm about to check that out. Have you seen King of Tulsa, I think is what it's called?
Yeah.
John Travolta, or not John Travolta, fucking Sylvester Stallone?
Yeah, we started watching that.
Pretty good, right?
Yeah, it's not too bad.
There's another one called King of the City, or Mayor of the City.
Yeah, from that dude, the arrow guy.
The dude that got ran over by the plow.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good fucking show.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's that about?
So he's kind of like a mafioso in Boston, right?
I thought he was a cop.
No. That's it makes you believe that, but he's not. His brother's a cop. And he's in bed with all these different cops and all these different people because he runs this organization or whatever, and anything and everything that happens, like I think he was the second guy in charge, and the main guy died, so now he's like, anything that happens in this city, anything that's gonna happen has to fucking go through me. So he's trying to, put himself in, and the world, the city's kind of going crazy because the main guy that he worked for died, and he's trying to step up his game and run it. and it's starting to implode around him. But it's a really good show, dude. Just check it out.
It was a good show.
Yeah, it's intense.
But I just figured he was like a mayor or a cop or something.
Nah, it's really good. You should check it out. That's about it, though. I haven't really been. I was watching old shit. I've gone through everything already, and there's a fucking. Do you like old westerns?
No.
I'm a big western kind of guy. I like westerns.
You're lying.
What?
I don't believe you.
Why?
Because you ain't even watched Urban Cowboy.
Urban Cowboy's not a fucking western. Get the fuck out of here. That's the same as fucking. What was the one with what's his name that he was a fucking Watch the Door Roadhouse or what the hell was it? Hey, ain't no fucking western, man. Get out of here. I'm talking about fucking like John Wayne, Clint Eastwood, like yeah, it wasn't Roadhouse.
He was a bouncer.
Well, yeah, it was a bouncer. Watch the fucking door. I'm talking about like westerns where there was no TV, no telephones, no like westerns. They rode fucking horses and spit into platoons and rolled their own cigarettes.
Have you seen like the Quentin Tarantino one with
the Django?
No.
Hateful Eight?
Yeah. That was actually a good one.
Yeah, that's a really.
Yeah.
What's her name was fucking great in that movie. Domergue. That was her last name. That was what her last name was. That's what he called her, Domergue. That was a chick that he had in the carriage with her.
Yeah, I don't remember it that well. I just remember it was a good movie. It was a little long though.
Yeah, it was. It was a long movie too, but it was well put together.
Yeah, it was good.
Fucking Samuel L. Jackson fucked that old man up at the end, and I pulled your son over, and
I don't remember that. Why are you shaking your head? I saw it. It was a pretty good movie. I'm giving it a thumbs up.
All right.
848. Hey, but back to Twilight Zone. You never liked the Twilight Zone? Dude, Twilight Zone was good. It was way ahead of its time.
It used to scare me, probably.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? I was never really into that kind of jumpy.
And my problem is I was so young when we watched it that I couldn't appreciate it.
Yeah. Maybe that's more of what it...
I think, because I remember like certain episodes, like The Martians that came down with the book that said how to serve man, so they thought they were going to be like taking care of them and stuff
instead of eating them.
Well, that wasn't even the thought. It was just like they take them in their ship. Yeah, we're going to take you to our planet, so they'd be taking people back home, and then somebody figured out how to serve man was a cookbook. So they were like, "Oh shit."
That was. I think you're right when you say that we didn't know how to appreciate it. That was like the first show that I really, if I had to sit down and think back, that really understood how music changed what you were watching. Because if it wasn't for all like the little and all the, how they did, like they'd give you a little bit of music, it was really light, and then it bing, 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 bing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden something happened, and it was a crescendo, all while that happened, and you're like, oh shit, you know what I mean? It added to the surprise element, right? I think they did a really, really, for being that far back in time, they did a really, really good job of adapting sound into the story and making it a part of what was going on screen. Does that make sense?
Kind of. But I do gotta. So I would like to watch that again because that was.
And Rod Sterling's voice fucked me up. Yeah, he was really, really good at that. That whole, just a really dry pitch. You know what I mean? What was the intro to it?
Another Dimension or something like that?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I remember spending time trying to figure out how to do his voice.
You remember a show called Tales from the Dark Side?
Yes.
It was similar to that. It was black and white. It was old.
Mm-hmm.
But the intro song was like a pasture or something. And it was a guy talking, like mysterious voice.
Right.
And I don't remember exactly what he was saying. And then, like you said, the music, if I remember right, started to speed up a little bit while he's talking. And then it would say, and these are tales from the dark side. And like Yeah, kind of like that, and like the screen would go red.
Right.
So my uncle Domingo used to visit us every summer, and Tales from the Dark Side would come in like at midnight. They would turn on that's when it was shown.
Right.
So I remember one night we were watching TV, and it was coming on, and he ain't never seen it before. So when the song came on, the intro song, I got up and went to the bathroom. But I didn't have to go to the bathroom. I just wanted him to watch that shit by himself. And I was waiting for it, and I'm listening to it through the wall. And I had the door open, so it wasn't like, you know. And then when that all happened, I knew the screen went red. He comes walking in. He's like, hey, man, what's up? What are you doing? And I was like, you scared, huh? And he started laughing. He knew exactly what I was talking about.
You scared? That's why you came to find me. That's fucked up.
You scared? You ever watch a movie called The Village? M. Night Shyamalan?
I knew you were, yeah, I've seen it.
That was a good movie. Now
that was a fucking terrible movie.
Hold on,
M. Night Shyamalan fucking blows balls.
Time out real quick. I want my daughter to watch that movie. And so I don't want the end. I don't want to spoil the end. So whatever, if we do talk about this, don't talk about the ending.
Don't waste your time.
You're probably right. She don't got cable. Okay, so she got to watch movies and shit.
Okay.
So that might be something she could add to the list of one day when she got nothing to watch. You got cable, so you got options.
No, I spend more time on fucking Tubi, Prime, Netflix, Vudu, Freevee, all that shit. I don't have very many channels anymore. I have the basic, and then I have like USA.
Well,
and all
she don't get me wrong. She be taking my password and stuff to the Netflix and the Amazon, stuff like that. But,
right.
But again, we were watching some show, and it had something similar to The Village came on. And I was like, there's a movie called The Village you should watch. It's kind of like this. And the ending is kind of a trip. So I thought that was a pretty good movie. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I can't believe you're fucking pushing an M. Night Shyamalan Ramading Dong movie. That guy, he ruined fucking Avatar. And The Last Airbender. He fucked that movie up. What other movie did he fuck? What was the one with Mel Gibson and
that was a good movie. Joaquin Phoenix?
Yes.
That was a great movie.
Was not a great movie. It was good.
Well, okay.
But M. Night Shyamalan Ramading Dong fucked it up. It could have been better.
What was that movie called? Dude, that movie, you know what made that movie good? Is when the first time they showed the aliens.
Yeah.
I was like,
I knew it.
That part was like, I was like, wow.
When they were showing them on TV.
Yeah, somebody had a video camera
or whatever. Yeah, I was like, oh,
dude, that was good. That was a pretty good movie.
Because that one right there, when they showed the one like, oh shit, the one from Brazil, it's like, fuck, like you see shit like that on YouTube, like, the fuck.
But that was, you know what? That was a good movie. I might have to watch that one again. I don't remember what it's called.
Signs.
Was it Signs?
I believe so. Just swing.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
Fucking M. Night Shyamalan. Waste of time making her watch that.
Dude, come on. I See Dead People?
That was a good movie.
Oh,
that was the only one he made. Was any good?
Well, yeah, okay. I mean, can't win them all.
I mean, come on, Tony. Seriously? Like, I want to, but I can't because she hasn't watched it yet.
Which one?
Well, I could and then bleep it out.
Which one?
The one you said your daughter was gonna watch. Yeah.
What would you want to talk about?
I mean, these fucking people are.
Oh, you gotta bleep that out.
And then she's.
But it's a good movie.
And the end of the movie, she.
Yeah. And it all kind of makes sense. That's the thing about his movies. It takes a long time to get there, but then he wraps it all up, and you're like, oh shit, okay, I never saw that coming.
No, you know what he wraps it up like? The wrong package, and then you open it up and you're like, oh, it's like you thought you were ordering something from like fucking Amazon, and you got something from Wish.
No, it's more like you got something from Amazon, and it took you a minute to figure it out, and then once you figured it out, you're like, holy shit, this was actually pretty good.
No.
I'm not saying they're the. I'm not saying
it was like
movies,
you ordered something from fucking Amazon and thought this is gonna solve my issue, and then you got it and you're like, dude, it's not even what it looks like on the fucking package.
No, but
it's like this. I went to a store and I ordered a sweater. They didn't have it in the store, so they ordered it for me, and then the package came and they were pants. It's like that.
No, it's like you said, you ordered a tool to help you do something, and you're like, what is this? How is this going to help me? But then after you figure out, you're like, holy shit, that was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. It actually worked out pretty good.
No. And it's disappointing. Just disappointing. Like you expected more. It was like that fucking movie that Mark Wahlberg did. And it ended up being the fucking trees.
The Happening?
Yeah.
I don't remember it that well.
Like what? Bird in a Box. With Sandra Bullock.
Black Box.
Black Box, that was whatever it was called?
That was a good movie. That was a very good movie. Bird Box.
Where they had to be blindfolded walking through.
Yeah, that was a good movie. You're tripping if you don't like Bird Box. You're tripping.
All right, so Tony's daughter. Can we say her name on the show?
Yeah.
All right, so Anna, watch it, and then we're gonna invite you on the show because you need to tell your pops you're crazy.
Okay. Yes.
And I know you won't because he's your pops, but
I'm not saying it's a great movie, and it's above.
I would much
it's
rather,
almost good.
Look, don't watch Bird Box. Fucking watch Urban Cowboy.
No, I'm not telling her to watch Urban Cowboy. But The Village, that it's got a twist to it. That's pretty good.
What twist?
I don't want to talk about it.
I'll cut it out. What twist?
When you think they're living in the
That's not a twist. That's a mind fuck.
Okay, call it what you want.
And it was fucking stupid. The whole reason behind it was fucking stupid. But hey, Anna, you watch it, waste your time, and see what you think. But just remember, Uncle Mingo told you it was fucking stupid.
I told her, it's a long movie. It might not be long in time wise, but it's like it stretches, and then at the end you're like, oh, I didn't see that coming. And yeah, it might piss you off, but you have to admit you did not see that coming. Will you admit that?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
Okay.
And then once it was shown to me, I was like, okay, so I think I had the same emotion as the blind chick.
I don't think she
She'd
knew
be like,
what happened.
you motherfucker.
She didn't know.
Well, because they didn't show you that part.
Well, 'cause she couldn't know. She was born into that village.
Right, but once she is... And
She didn't know. She never knew what was exactly going on. She never knew.
No.
No, remember she.
And nobody ever fucking told her, hey.
How they gonna tell her? She wouldn't understand.
How would she not?
Because she's from the village. She's in that time zone.
See how stupid this movie is?
I'm not saying it's a great movie, but it's a good movie to watch once. So you can have conversations like this.
You know what? Watch it once. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I think it's a good movie to watch I wouldn't say it's a good movie to watch once, but you have to at least watch it once so that you could tell people not to watch it. so you can advocate against this movie.
All right, I can't wait to how many people are gonna say, yeah, it's a pretty good movie.
Oh, shit.
Let me know.
You could go on. We'll put on a fucking thing on our Instagram. Mad Outside Show at Mad Outside Show on Instagram. Go on. We'll put on a little thing on there so you guys can vote. Bad movie or good movie.
I'm not saying it's a good movie, but it's a good movie to watch.
What's the fucking difference?
If you ain't got nothing to do and you stumble across it, watch it. If you ain't got cable, watch it.
Look, so here, you could either waste your time watching that movie, or you can grab a magnifying glass and find the sun and burn ants for 2 hours. Right? About the same? No, it's not as bad as burning ants. It's just not.
Not as bad as what?
Not as bad as burning ants.
Oh, okay.
I'm just not a fan of M. Night Shyamalan, and he fucked up the Airbender movie so bad. I'm not a fan of his at all.
Well, if watching that movie was your first mistake, let's be honest with each other.
Why? That's a great. Have you ever seen the cartoon?
No, we've talked about this before, and we're not getting into it again. That's stupid.
That's a great fucking cartoon.
No.
Yes. You are just not in touch with all the elements: earth, wind, fire.
I am. Let's groove tonight. Boogie Wonderland.
Oh shit! Here we go. How many more days of this fucking shit weather are we supposed to have? Do you know?
I think it's over.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because I thought I was getting emergency things until next week or until the end of the week.
No, I could be wrong.
Oh.
I thought it was over.
I'm getting them like, oh, yeah, till fucking 4 o'clock. And if 4 o'clock comes and it doesn't rain, but 5 o'clock it's pouring, so I don't, you know what I mean? 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Did you hear about that fucking cop? She fucking, so it was her and 3 other people, right? Her and 3 dudes. So there was.
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit about her.
So there's this police officer. There's a female, and I think it's 3 other cops that were involved. They were running trains on the chick. She let them run trains on her.
I heard it was a lot more than that.
Yeah. Well, there was a whole. They said the whole police department. I don't know.
Well, I don't know how big the police department is, but I think they said her and the 3 got fired, but there were others that got suspended.
Because they were doing it on watch, right?
Yes, they were having relations
on the clock.
on the clock.
Why are you trying to be all? They were having relations. Fucking.
They had orgies and
Since
stuff.
there were cops, were they porking? Is that what
You want to know what the funny thing is? Not funny, but the husband was all right with it. He likes that. Didn't have a problem with it.
Was he a cop?
No.
And he was okay with his old lady getting.
Yeah. I guess they were. I don't know if they were swingers or if he was a cuck. But yeah, he
I'm sorry, a what?
a cuck.
What's a cuck?
A cuckold?
What's that? I don't know what that is.
It's when you watch your old lady with other men.
But he wasn't there.
No, but I'm just saying that's.
He just liked the stories?
I don't know.
Holy shit. I couldn't do that, dude. I couldn't do that. I couldn't swing.
Yeah, me either.
So, I don't know if I should talk about it. So, when I lived in Albuquerque, I had to move because the people that I moved there with were leaving town because he got fired and he got another job out of state. So he had to
Okay, yeah, I
leave.
remember that.
So I moved in with this couple, and I met the dude. He was the dude that was cutting my hair. And his old lady. Super nice people, dude. Great fucking people. But apparently their sexual exploits were a little bit different than what mine were. Like they were into swinging. He liked to watch all that kind of shit. He had asked me if I would so that he could watch, and I was like, yeah, no, bro, I'm not doing that shit. I said, if that's what you guys are into, I said, I should probably move out. I said, I don't want to, because I don't want to be here at home and you at work and your old lady here and you sitting there thinking then that's what's going on while you're not here. Because I know you're cool with watching, but it's different if you're not here. And I don't ever want that to be in your, and his old lady was whenever, however. It's okay, he won't know. Nah, fuck that. I'm good. And then they had friends that would come over. And one night we were getting ready to go out to a club. And we were partaking in, we were doing bumps and drinking, right? And so they pulled out dirty dice. So there are these dice that you roll. And one says left, right, in front of you, behind, whatever. So, like, if you're sitting down in a circle, the person to the left of you does this. Or you have to ask the person in front of you to do this, or to the right of you, or however, right? So, you're rolling dice and kiss the person to the right of you. And there was spots in the circle where there was two guys sitting together, and I'm like, I either sit by two girls or I'm not fucking playing. I'm not kissing another dude. Like I'm not into that. So whatever you guys do, I'm cool. I'll go sit over there and drink, and you guys do whatever. So we played a little bit, and I ended up making out with his old lady that night, and then this other girl that was, dude, it was weird. Like we left for the club that night. And I was so weirded out, dude. Like I wanted to go and go to a hotel. Like I was like, I don't even want to fucking go back there. This is just too fucking weird for me right now. You know what I mean? Like I don't because I was there and I didn't I had no family. I had no respite. I had nowhere to go. I was like, either I was in or I'm fucking out. You know what I mean? So it's like, fuck. Like how bad do I have to stay there?
Right.
Do I need to? You know what I mean? Like I was like, fuck that, dude. I stood my ground and I never did anything with.
Well, let me ask you this: were you married at the time?
No, I was single.
What's the issue?
So you're telling me you'd smash and let somebody want you?
No.
Come on.
No, I'm not saying that.
Okay.
But I would assume that there was other things going on that you could have partaken.
Yeah.
I mean, you're single, you're divorced, you're putting yourself out there. This is something different. This is something new. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I would do it. I just want to know why you didn't.
It's like, I'm not saying that was a good movie. I'm just saying that, holy shit, Tony.
I mean, you just said, you don't know anybody out there.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like, I was out there. I'm fucking 3 states away from home. I was making like $10-12 an hour at the time, right? So it's not like I had a shit ton of money in my pocket where I could go get another place right away. I didn't have a car. I mean, I was bare boning it in Albuquerque. Like I had nothing. I literally packed my life into 2 bags and bounced. I didn't have shit. I didn't even have a license. And so part of me is like, okay, if I do this and shit goes sideways, then where am I gonna go? If this happens, what's my out? Like there was no out. There was no good ending to anything that was going on at that point. I was like, I need to figure something out. I need to either get out, and then I'll come back and we'll do whatever if I'm not living here. But if I'm living here with them, I didn't want that to happen. Just because I didn't want that dude at work thinking I'm at home with his old lady nailing her. You know what I mean?
But it didn't sound like he had a problem with that. That's the point I'm trying to make.
Yeah, no, he did.
Oh.
Yeah, we had talked about that before. He said, dude, it's cool if I'm home and, that's what's going on, but you can't be fucking her while I'm not here.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, well, how much? But you tell her that. Don't fucking tell me. That's your old lady. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? You had to draw the line somewhere. I just drew it way out front. I was like, fuck that. I don't want... That way there's no question. You can't come... I've already told you.
Right.
Hey, I'm not going to be doing that shit because I don't want that to happen. You can't come back at me for that. You know what I mean? I said Albuquerque was a crazy time, bro. Let me tell you. A lot of crazy shit going on in Albuquerque. A lot of crazy shit going on. Not necessarily bad, but crazy shit. I got more stories to tell you. We got to talk about all that shit off the air. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else happen?
Got a question for you real quick.
Uh-oh.
I forgot to mention this. Do you wear robes?
No. I don't think I've ever worn a robe.
I've had them before, but I've never really liked them. Because, the sleeves are short. The bottom is short.
I guess for me, I never understood them. Like, you get out, you fucking dry off, you put fucking clothes on. What do you need a robe for? Like, I didn't understand it.
Well, for Christmas, I forgot to mention this. My old lady got me a robe. Well, she got us robes.
Okay, so matching robes? More or less?
Same brand. I mean, they're not the same color or anything. So as soon as I opened it, I was like, yeah, you could. This could go in the go back pile, like return pile.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I don't wear them.
Right.
We've been married 20-something years. She's never seen me wear a robe. You know what I'm saying? It's like, other than, don't get me wrong. Like in Cancun, we wore robes in the room. Wake up early, have breakfast on the patio type deal.
Right.
But around the house, no. I'm not gonna wear no robe. So she's like, just try it. You might like it. Da da da. I was like, I'm not gonna like it. Why am I gonna try it? And we can't return it.
I mean, it's just how different of a robe could it be? It's just most robes are like that terry cloth.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I tried it on a couple of days later, not like on Christmas, and it was like very thick. It was very soft, like real nice.
Okay.
It was kind of long. It goes past my knees, and the sleeves were long to where I actually roll them up like 1 or 2 rolls to get to my wrist.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And let me tell you, dude, I got a new appreciation for a robe.
Really?
Yeah, kid. Just like you said, you get out of the shower, you get dressed.
Right.
Well, what if you shower at night? What are you getting dressed for?
Okay.
And dude, I'm telling you, I kind of like the robes now. Well, It's got to be a nice robe.
So is it like a certain brand or is it?
Is UGG? They make the boots.
Yeah.
It's that brand.
So is it? Do they put like the fur in, like on the inside of there?
No, I don't think so. It's not fur. It looks like a regular robe, but it's very soft.
Really?
Dog. It's like we go to bed early because of me. She could stay up, but she goes to bed with me. So by 5, 6 o'clock, we're eating dinner in our robes. And I could go to sleep right after that, but I still stay up for about another hour and a half.
You guys are like the fucking Furleys now.
Furley?
Yeah, remember from Three's Company? Mr. Furley downstairs?
Yeah,
those old lady were always in their robes.
But yeah, dude, I'm a robe guy now. Tell me, it's nice. Wake up in the morning, throw on a robe instead of getting dressed or putting clothes on. Same concept. Why are you going to put on clothes if you're going to change them and you're going to go to work or you're going to start your day?
Right.
Why are you putting something on temporarily?
All right.
When you're just around the house, of course.
So it sounds more like what they would call it would be like a house coat, right?
A house coat?
Isn't that what that's called?
I don't know. I have heard the phrase, but I don't think it's matching up with a robe. But
Well, because it's longer. But that would make it. I would much rather have like what you're talking about, where you're right, that not the sleeves at the elbows.
Yeah,
It's got all the way down. Like,
dude, it's nice, kid.
really expensive,
Okay.
probably.
I don't know.
I mean, what are most robes, like $20-$30?
I don't know.
Huh. What color is yours? White?
Dark gray,
Dark gray.
almost charcoal, if you will.
Okay. Huh. I never would have thought you for a robe guy.
That's because I never was.
And I think as a matter of fact, I think I've only seen my dad in a robe once. And that was just from the bathroom to his room. And I think it was yeah. My mom too. I don't ever remember them wearing robes.
And you know what the trip too is? I did it on accident, but now I know. Now I do it when I tie the knot in, to put it together.
Yeah.
Like when I tied it, one of the straps didn't come all the way out of the loop around my waist.
Yeah.
So when I tightened it, it got stuck. But by it being stuck, it doesn't come loose.
Oh, nice.
And I was like, oh, look at this.
So I could walk around and not have to worry about it.
Yeah, kid.
Oh, yeah, these look nice. These look real nice, actually. I don't know if I could rock one, though.
I didn't think so either, but
But somehow it got
I'm
you.
all in.
Huh. That's got to be... I wonder if that's more of an age thing, though. Do people still wear them? They must, right? People still wear robes, right?
I would think so. Yeah.
Is it more of an Eastern thing, or is it just...
That I don't know. But I can see... Now I understand why it was being in the movies, because I don't know if I ever actually saw somebody do it in person, where they walk out, the dad walks out in his robe to get the newspaper.
Right. That was never in movies in California, though.
That is true. Well, one of the other reasons why I was telling my old lady just take it back is because, like, I would think in the summertime it'd be too hot to wear one. You know? And she was like, okay, then wear it in the winter. I'm like, yeah, okay, you got a point.
That'd be like if you were going out for a swim and the pool's heated, wear it out for that. I could see that.
It's true.
Going out to have a cigar and a little sip of something out on the patio while you're enjoying the summer weather. Because it's got to be open more. I mean, it's obviously more open and fresh than. But if you be sitting out there without drawers on, you better watch out without Peanut. She'll be running off with your stretchies. I don't know. That's kind of weird. Because I don't know of anybody that's ever worn. Now that like my brother or my sister, my other sister, my nephews, none of them wear.
I think I saw my grandfather rock a robe with his boxers and wife beater. You know, that type of deal where the robe is open.
Right. But how long ago was that, though?
That was 70s, 80s.
Yeah, you see? I don't think they're as prominent today as they used to be. Huh. What made her want to get you that?
I don't know. I think she wanted one.
Yeah.
So she got me one, too.
Now, when you guys go on the cruises, are they like the ones your wife bought? Long and with long sleeves?
I don't think I've ever worn one.
No.
On the cruise, no.
Really? I figured that would be like a staple on the cruise.
No, you know, I'm wrong. I think I did wear one this year. Because this cruise, we had a balcony, and I think we ate breakfast out on it once. I might have had one on. I don't remember. But it wasn't that... if I did, it wasn't that great because I don't remember it.
It wasn't like the one you got when, yeah. It wasn't that comfortable enough to make you say, I might want it.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, so the show's over. I can no longer speak. Holy shit. What the hell happened? Yeah, I We can probably do without a robe. Maybe when I find a lady. We'll see. I don't know. Whatever. Any final words?
Yeah, my nephew Chris on my wife's side. His birthday is this Friday. Is it Friday? Hold on, I gotta put it on my phone. Yes, it's Friday. 37 years old.
Wow.
So happy birthday, Chris.
Happy birthday, Chris. Remember being 37 years old? No, not really.
Well, how old are my kids at 37?
Then you know you old when you got to base how old you are off of what age your children were.
Well, if I know like what they were doing at that age, I know what I was doing at that age.
Got you.
Like what grade they were in and stuff like that.
Got it.
Yeah, but that's it.
That's it? Just one?
That's it. I guess, what is it? 13 minus 9 is what? 4?
Yeah.
March wasn't a good month.
Guess not. Dang. Yeah, I guess, well, you only have St. Patrick's Day and, who's going to get excited wearing green? I'm just kidding. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for listening. Love you guys. See you guys back in a few days.